Russian troops continue to gather near the Ukraine-Crimea border. Our next guest says dark clouds are gathering over that area. Ron Paul is our guest, who's written extensively about this. Ron, you don't normally want any kind of foreign entanglements. You don't want our troops there. You don't want us sending weapons there. You want to stay clear of it. So what are we dealing with here, and what's your interest in this?
Well, we should have done a lot less, a lot sooner, since we participated in the coup of Yanukovych 2 years ago. Our State Department was involved, our ambassador was involved, and trouble has been brewing since then. And I think you know, there are problems over there on the borders, but there are two sides of all those arguments. And if you look at the Russia's argument, they're plausible. They had Crimea, you know, for a couple hundred years. So there's two different ways. The one thing for sure, since I'm not going to tell the Russians what to do or the Ukrainians what to do, but we should be aware of what NATO's doing, what the European Union is doing, and what our CIA is doing, and how we're sponsoring, you know, one side over the other without looking at what the people in Crimea and eastern Ukraine are actually wanting themselves.
We've had a lot of people on the program, well, a couple of people on the program today who say, look, something seems to be brewing. Now, I understand you don't want any part of this, but you join in that, this ominous feeling that something's brewing with 80 days left till the election?
Yeah, it may be orchestrated, you know, for distraction, who knows what. But, you know, in my statement the other day, I said that, yes, something's brewing. We got to watch it. It could be very serious and could get out of control. But I don't think this is the beginning of World War III. I don't think the Russians are going to invade Ukraine, and I don't think the Ukrainians are capable. Of course, some Ukrainians were just killed in Crimea the other day because they did do some sabotage there. But, no, I don't think we're on the brink of something like that. But politically driven conflicts like this sometimes have a design that we're not aware of until after it happens.
Ron, Eric Trump was on the show earlier today. We discussed his father's big speech last night and what some people are saying is a change of tone. I'm going to run a soundbite from Eric Trump, and then I want to discuss last night's speech with you. Roll tape.
Last night he gave an awesome speech. We were in Charlotte, and you know, he came out, and I was so proud of him. I was there, but he came out and he goes, "Listen, I've made mistakes in the campaign. I've probably overreached a little bit.
We've not heard that before.
I probably said things I shouldn't." And this, you know, he's a politically incorrect guy, right? He's never run as a politician. That's not who he is. And I thought it was so cool. I thought that kind of the humble Trump, and by the way, that's a father I know. I mean, the guy's got a heart of gold. He's an amazing person. He's an amazing guy. He's been an incredible father to all of us.
Okay, Ron Paul, I know that you don't care about Trump and you don't care about Hillary Clinton. I got that. But you're a very astute politician. And last night, Donald Trump changed his tone, it seemed to me, stayed on message, and he said, I regret some of the things that I've said. What's your political judgment of that speech last night?
He got good advice and he followed it, and it's not going to hurt him, it's going to help him. The big question is, does a tiger change its stripes? And, you know, and Donald Trump is a tiger, and the big question is, will he really change? And that's, you know, that's a big question. But no, I think the tone was different, and many people said that if the tone changed, it's something else. But Donald Trump has a tone, and, you know, frequently, you know, not being precise on his positions, not so much not precise for 1 minute, but it might change. And the overall policy is what I'm concerned about. Sure. But no, I think that politically he did well. And, you know, just like everybody else, you know, there's some ups and downs. You hear the propaganda that Hillary is running away with it all. Quite frankly, I watch it and I listen to it, but that's not my first interest. My first interest is, you know, dealing with sincere foreign policy issues and dealing with the Federal Reserve and economic policies, and we don't hear too much about that.
So there's long distraction about that. I wish we could get back to reality. Ron Paul, you're great on the show, and we appreciate you being here. Thanks very much, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Stuart.
Sure.
on that also. So the conflict of interest just goes on, and I think it's indictable. I think she should be in prison for it. But short of that, I think every voter in the country needs to know that the Clintons are in it for themselves. They're in it to make money, and they will make hundreds of millions of dollars if she gets in the White House, because they will sell themselves to the highest bidder. Every voter in America should know that, and they should make a sincere judgment on whether or not you want somebody who's in it for enriching themselves or someone who actually would defend the country.